afternoon and welcome to today's Object Talk Live. My name is Shireen and I am a member of the learning team at the Jewish Museum London. And today I will be sharing an object from our collection. Now, as I'm sure many of you are aware, Object Talks are an opportunity for us at the Jewish Museum London to share with you, our online audience, objects from our collection. We have over 40,000 objects in our collection, and Wednesdays, for our Object Talks, we like to share a few of them. Now, this month at the Jewish Museum London, we are focusing on the theme of environment. And for that reason, today, I will be focusing on a few upcycled objects. Now, as opposed to recycling, where we throw our paper, our card, our plastic away, with upcycling, we're not necessarily throwing these objects away, but reusing these objects or recreating these objects to make something new. For example, with old tea towels, sewing them together to make a wonderful patchwork blanket or cover, or with a mug that we do not use, reusing it to create a new vase for our plants, or perhaps with some old cutlery, reusing our old cutlery to create a Hanukah lamp. Now let's take a closer look at some of the objects to explore this idea in more detail. Wonderful. So on my screen, you should see a silver Hanukah lamp. This silver Hanukah lamp is 22 centimeters tall and 33 centimeters wide. It is not currently on display. This lamp was made in Vienna in 1845. It is in a different style to more typical lamps today because it is made to look like a Viennese sofa. However, this is a typical Hanukah lamp as produced in Vienna in the middle of the 19th century. This design reflects the couches, which became highly popular for the bourgeois in the Biedermeier. The Biedermeier period is an era in Central Europe, which occurred from 1815 to 1848. In this period, the middle class was growing and keen to find ways to display their newfound wealth. Similar things were happening in this country. And with the growth of the middle class came the growth in importance of the home, celebrating the coziness and warmth of the private home. This Hanukah lamp, in the style of a sofa, a symbol of relaxing at home, really reflects this idea. As well as being in this interesting shape, we also really like this lamp because it is an example of an upcycled Hanukah lamp. Now, if I were to tell you that the 8 oil containers began life as something else, you might be able to guess what that might be. Now, any guesses, write in the comment section below. I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, that is right. These objects, or these are upcycled teaspoons. Very exciting. Now let's take a look at some other upcycled Hanukah lamps from our collection. Now, this one here is also made out of silver. It is a 19th century upcycled Hanukah lamp. It was from Germany and is a Hanukah lamp formed as a single boat. The boat at the top is the shamash. The shamash candle is used to light the other candles that we see here. You can see the shamash is disproportionately large by comparison to the rest of the object. The 2 sections at the side of the structure may come from candlesticks, and the upper part from the upper part of a portal clock, though on this we cannot be certain. This maker is unknown and there is no maker's mark. Now, the last of these objects today I would like to focus on is a Hanukah lamp from Austria. It is another single silver upcycled Hanukah lamp, perhaps the most clearly upcycled of them all. This is a Hanukah lamp with rampant lions on either side. The body of the lamp is in the form of a long oval box with 4 lion's feet and 8 round holes for candle wicks. It is not known when this object was altered. The use of the object has definitely changed over time, however, and this is clear. This lamp was definitely not made as Judaica, but put together over time. Its original function was most probably that of a box for writing tools, which was altered. The inner compartments were added secondarily, and also the spouts for the wicks are clearly a later change. The feet are stylistically different and do not really match the style of the rest of the box. The backplate, which actually consists only of one ornament, may have originally been professionally fixed to the box. A possibility is a letter rack or a visiting business card holder. We cannot know for certain, but that is part of why we find these upcycled Hanukah lamps so interesting and fascinating. They allow us, or really spark our curiosity, and allow us to explore and imagine what these objects once were, the stories behind these objects, or I should say, the many stories. Now, there are so many environmental benefits to upcycling. Firstly, of course, it is a way to minimize the volume of disregarded materials and waste being sent to landfills each year. But also, it minimizes the need for production using new or raw materials, which means a reduction in air pollution, water pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and often a conservation of global resources. Now, although not all of these Hanukah lamps are on show, I do urge you to come to the museum as we open in the next week to take a look around at some of the other Hanukah lamps in our collection. We'd love to see you here. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful week, and do join us next Wednesday for our next object talk on the theme of environment once more. Until then, goodbye.